Welcome to the Screen Addiction Podcast, where I reveal the secret Silicon Valley science that is addicting our kids to screens. Something that industry absolutely doesn't want you to hear about. And we'll talk about what we can do to raise our kids to be happy, healthy, and successful in this digital age. I'm Richard Freed. I am a child and adolescent psychologist trained at Cambridge Hospital, Harvard Medical School. I'm an author featured in the New York Times and Wall Street Journal, and I am the proud father of two amazing daughters. I'm going to talk about in here how the social media and video games that industry does everything it can to convince you are just fun places for your kids to hang out and to socialize and to play a game are actually purpose-built by world-leading brain experts to steal kids away from all things real world, to have them live out their lives in a virtual domain so that every single little element of childhood and adolescence can be tracked and profited from. This is achieved by using a science that is essentially unknown to even most health experts. And this science gains its power by reaching deep down into kids' DNA to convince them that that particular screen that they're on is better than real life. Not just more entertaining, but it convinces kids that that particular screen is helping them achieve their life goals, their purpose on this earth, more than anything that the real world has to offer. It is a lie of epic proportions as our kids leave behind all these essential real-world activities to spend their lives sitting sedentary, oftentimes using these toxic screens. So it's no surprise that this is a generation of kids that is profoundly suffering from physical health problems and depression and suicidality, to video game addiction, and to academic failure. We have to help our kids. So if our kids are suffering because they're leaving the real world behind and spending so much time on screens, why is their screen use continuing to explode at both home and school? I'm going to disclose here in this podcast that the leading pop culture health voices that are providing you like information about kids' screens, these child health organizations that claim to be objective and science-based, are actually unethically pocketing industry money to turn around and convince you that more screens at home and school are really good. That is hurting our kids, and I will expose them here. In contrast, I do not take any industry money. My work is based upon peer-reviewed research, and I am not afraid to stand up to big tech and fight for our kids. Thank you so much for your interest in the science of screen addiction. I talk about these topics in depth here, as well as in my new book, Better Than Real Life. And all episodes of the Screen Addiction Podcast can be found on my website at richardfreed.com. Take care, and I will see you soon.